All right, good morning, y'all. Okay, so this video today is going to be a little bit different than normal. So I had a guy come in the comments yesterday. He was talking about, you know, you got all these tools and they just sitting around not making a dime with them. Really, man? Are you serious? So just kind of wanted to address that and kind of explain my thinking and explain the numbers, and then maybe you won't have that same opinion, but you know, you might. The number one thing you got to have is tools, okay? So, you know, that dump trailer right there, been sitting there for I don't know, been sitting there about 2.5 weeks, right? I've had it for probably about 8 years, 9 years. It's a tool, okay? When I need a dump trailer, I got one, okay? How much money have I made with that dump trailer? 10 times more than the $5K I paid for it, guaranteed. The dump trailer was paid for. Been paid for a long time, and it's not only is it paid for, but it's also earned its keep too. So since I don't use a dump trailer for, this is just one example of many. Since I don't use a dump trailer daily or hell even weekly, what should I do with it? Just sell it? Think about that for a minute, okay? Oh, this trailer right here is a 16 plus 2 equipment trailer, 14,000 pound capacity, $6,000. Y'all see it? I haven't used it in probably 10 days or so, something like that. Sometimes it'll sit here for 3, 4, 5 weeks, even longer, you know, whatever. It ain't making no money for me, but if I don't have that trailer, then what am I supposed to do? Sell it? Is that what I'm supposed to do since I'm not using it every day? Think about that for a minute, okay? Skag lawnmower. I don't use it every day. What I do, since I don't use it every day, sell it? Really? You know? What I've learned in this game, y'all, is the equipment. Equipment is everything, okay? You know, a trailer's equipment, that trailer's equipment, the truck and trailer, there's equipment, the big truck's equipment, you know, even the damn shipping container back there is a piece of equipment to me. So let's look at some more equipment. Now let's talk about the fundamentals and the reasoning behind the equipment. Well, there goes that damned old Ferris, y'all. Yeah, that Ferris mower right there. I don't use it every day. The reason it's outside is because I'm going to be putting it in the storage container. So that's why it's outside right now. Now let's get over here to what the guy was really talking about. So the guy that came in the comments, what he was really talking about was the Bobcat and the Lift. And he says in the comments, and I'm not angry, I'm not coming at you sideways, I'm just explaining to you about equipment, okay? I'm not, you know, about how I think about equipment. Okay, so the Lift there. I haven't used the Lift probably in 4 weeks, give or take, you know, something like that, right? But if I don't have that lift, I can't take on work. You can't take on work and then go try to figure out how you're going to do it. You got to have the equipment readily available. And you have to look at it. You have to look at things from a number standpoint too. And he says that I got all this equipment sitting around and no help and not making a damn dime with it. That lift right there, I paid $17,000 for it 2 days before Christmas, and it's already made $14,300 of my money back. Minus expenses, it's already made $10,000 in profit. Okay? So I've got all I got, and I've only had it 8 months. But if I don't have it, I can't do tree work. I can't charge $800 or $900 to do a tree. I can't. What am I supposed? I mean, so what am I supposed to do since I ain't using it in 3 or 4 weeks? Sell it, and then what? Do what with the money? Put the money in the bank and let it just sit there with very low interest, or keep the piece of equipment and let it make the interest. Let it pay for itself all the way, and then. And which won't take much longer with that, and let it make the interest instead of the low interest that the money I would have from it sitting in the bank. What am I going to do with that? Money sitting in the bank to me is just not. It's just not smart, man. You know, I mean, I don't want to say it's not smart. It's just not. It doesn't make sense to somebody like me as long as you got money in the bank to pay your bills. Now, I'm not saying now if worst case scenario came and I couldn't make my mortgage or you know, something bad happened, I sell it. I will sell it for real. But I ain't gonna. What am I supposed to do? Get rid of it because I ain't used it in 3 weeks? Is that what I'm supposed to do? That doesn't make no sense to me. Let's let it. It ain't hurting nothing. Let's let it earn, and let's let it continue to earn. And you know, I'm not selling it, and I'm not getting rid of it. And it makes plenty of sense to have it because you cannot do tree work and make top dollar without it. You cannot do other things without it. For instance, one little handy little thing that's going to do, it's going to help me with this shipping container. It's going to help me paint the shipping container. It's going to help me fix a few things on the shipping container. It's going to help me put a ventilation fan on the end of the shipping container so I don't have to climb up and down a ladder. So, and those are just one of the little things that it's going to help me with. Well, Ray, you could climb a ladder to do all that. Yeah, I could, but why would I want to when I got a piece of equipment sitting here, like you said, sitting here doing nothing? You know, if it ain't doing nothing, it's okay, because I could get a tree job tomorrow and go make $1,000 with it. If I don't have it, then that just takes me all the way out of the realm of the tree job. You don't get work and then try to figure out what equipment you need. You get equipment and based on your knowledge of what you are doing out here, based on your knowledge of what you have going on, and based on your knowledge of what customers are willing to pay for, and then you buy the equipment accordingly. So, yeah. Okay, so the Bobcat here. The Bobcat I ain't done nothing money making with the Bobcat. I don't know, 2 weeks. You know, maybe 2 weeks. What do I do? Sell the Bobcat? No, I ain't selling the Bobcat, dude. The Bobcat paid for itself. The Bobcat is it has been paid for. It took 9 months to get all my money back for the Bobcat, okay? And I'm going on, this will be the 3rd year that I got the Bobcat. The Bobcat's been paid for. So why, and I mean, it's actually done paid for itself, paid for all the attachments, paid for everything on it, and actually made it possible to buy that trailer. Without the Bobcat, I don't make the money to buy that trailer. You gotta be a hustler, man, pretty much at the end of the day. You gotta be a hustler. It ain't no different than any other business, you know. A warehouse might have 6 pallet jacks. Well, they might only use 2 today, but when they need 5 or 6 of them, they got them on standby, ready to go. Okay? So let's continue. Let's move on through here. All right. I don't use that ladder every day. Try not to use that ladder every day. What do I do? Sell it? I don't use that ladder every day. What do I do? Sell it too? So you trying to liquefy everything? I don't want to liquefy everything. I want to have all these. Okay, so let's keep the glue on down through here. We got this. We got this grapple bucket right here. Grapple bucket, $3,600 right here. Okay. Do I use it every day? No. Do I use it every month? No. But it's here when I get ready to use it to make money with. Okay. Ready to go. You know. Same thing with the auger. I think the auger costs $1,600 or something like that, $1,800. Do I use it every day? No. But am I going to sell it? No. When I need it, I got it. I mean, and the examples go on and on and on, y'all. There's the stump bucket. I ain't used that stump bucket in, probably 10 days. What am I supposed to do? Sell it? It's making me a dime. You talk about how the equipment's, all around. I got all this equipment and it ain't making me a dime. But it ain't costing me a dime either, dude, to keep it. You got to be looking at things a little bit deeper than what you're looking at things. So, yeah. Now the Bobcat cost $23,000. Been paid for years. It ain't nothing but just a straight earner. Do I use it every day? No. Do I use any of this stuff every day? No. So your thinking and your mindset's got to be a little bit deeper than you got all that valuable equipment, man, and it's just sitting there not earning you a dime. But it's ready to go when the work calls and the work comes. I got it ready to go, and I can sell work for that. I did not buy the lift to use during the summer. I bought the lift to use in the wintertime. Now, if summer work comes up that's lucrative enough and I got time, then that's what I'll do. But that ain't why I bought it. I bought it for winter work. And I bought it for just a few jobs that made sense to me before I bought it. So I could take on those jobs and make, $10,000 or $11,000 of my money back real quick. And then I only got, a $6,500 investment. And that's not a lot of money in dumpster equipment, just in case you didn't know. And I'm not angry. I'm not angry about nothing, dude. I'm just pointing out to you the silliness of what you're thinking, of how you're thinking, really. So, when it comes to tools and equipment, you got to have the tools and equipment on standby, or you won't, or if you don't, and you go bid on this tree job, and then you got to scurry around and rent a piece of equipment to do it. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, Ray done got that money, and he's done moved on to the next job because Ray ain't scared to spend his money on equipment. Okay, all this is equipment to me. There's nothing personal. It's just equipment, and it's required to make money out here in this game. So, I got 2 Exmark mowers, the Skag and the Ferris, and I got 4 mowers. And there's only one of me. Does that make sense? Well, I guess you could argue that it doesn't make sense to have all them mowers and only one of me. But you have to look at where the mowers are financially. The mowers are paid for. So once the mowers are paid for, then and I do keep them. I do have a lot of big properties. It's not like I just bought these mowers just because. The business has been built on these big properties. Now, right now, we're in a little bit of a slump. I'm not scared or nothing. We're in a little bit of a slump as far as labor goes and everything, but I still got a lot of big properties that you couldn't do because you can't accumulate equipment. You can't compete with me because you can't take on 12-acre sites and make money with it. Now, you can compete with me in the little market, the homeowner little properties, but you can't compete with somebody like me in the big big commercial cuts and the big residential cuts. I'm talking about big. I'm talking about 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 acres. See, I can cut those, and I can cut mom and pop's yard too over in the neighborhoods. I can do both. But see, somebody that don't have all this equipment can't. They can, but they're not going to be able to make money at it. And that is what accumulation of equipment and my thinking on accumulation of equipment is. I got a steel pressure washer. I don't use it every day, so I'm not supposed to sell it. It's just sitting around not making me a dime. Yeah, but I can wash my car with it. I can wash my Bobcat with it. I can wash my wife's car with it. I mean, what do you want me to do with it? I got all these mowers. They just sitting around today, ain't making a dime. But if somebody calls me with 20 acres to cut, I get it done somehow, some way. I don't know how right now. You know, with minimal help, but you know, I can hire people and you know, or whatever I need to do. You know, whatever. But having all this equipment is mandated. It's mandatory, man. And if you don't have equipment, you'll never be able to compete with somebody like me. Never. You know? Because if you got to go rent a Bobcat when you need one, I've been done the job by the time you rent the Bobcat and get it to the job. And my number's going to be friendlier because I don't have the expenses that you have. And when I'm talking about you, I'm not talking about any one person individually. I'm just kind of talking third party. So, the equipment is necessary, the equipment is mandatory, the equipment is everything. I mean, I'm going to say it again. The equipment in this lawn landscape game is everything. If you don't have equipment, and you have to go rent equipment, then you're in trouble. You know, you're going to have to stick to what you own. Now, why do you think people don't buy lawnmowers and don't rent them? Because it costs a lot more to rent a piece of equipment. And not only the cost factor, the money factor, but the factor of time. See, I don't want to chase equipment around trying to rent it. That's not my style, man. It's not. My style is to own the equipment. I want to own the equipment. But the notion that the equipment's just sitting around not making a dime. It is and has and will continue to make money. You have to look at, this is my thinking, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody that knows more about this than me, I know there's plenty out there. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong, and I'm willing to accept it, and I ain't gonna get mad, you know. So, the way I look at equipment, once you purchase it, I keep a tally on the big stuff. I mean, a hardcore tally, like on the Bobcat and on the Lift and on just those two big things. A hardcore tally. Now I keep a tally on everything else with hours and everything, but the Bobcat. Let's just look at the Bobcat and the Lift because I think this is the two pieces of equipment that this guy was referring to. So you have to look at it from a different point of view. You have to look at it from the point of view that, okay, the equipment costs such and such dollars. You know, the Bobcat costs with one attachment, $25,000. Okay, let's just say $25,000. Okay. Now, there's two ways you can look at that. I can look at it like, okay, I got $25,000 sitting in the backyard, not making a dollar. You can I guess you can look at it like that. But if you know the numbers and everything, then you know, like I do on the Bobcat, I know that the Bobcat's paid for. And the Bobcat has been paid for 2 years, you know. I paid the Bobcat, I paid the Bobcat off. I basically took 25 grand of money that I made one summer, that I had built up with the other equipment, the lawnmowers, see? And if I was thinking on the way you're telling me to think or the way you're thinking, then I wouldn't have been able to build up 25 grand to depart with, to buy a Bobcat, because I wouldn't have any additional lawnmowers. Now, if you're cutting mom and pop's yard then you probably don't need lawnmowers like I need, you know, like I have. And, you know, you probably ain't able to do the properties that I can do either. So, you know, the labor's one thing, but the equipment is not going anywhere, you know. And so the Bobcat paid it up, had all my money back in the bank in 9 months. So no matter what I do with the Bobcat, and I made a lot more with it since then. Y'all see me making, I'm gonna make about 800 with it today. I mean, I haven't used it in 3 weeks, so what am I supposed to do? Sell it, go rent one today, and then what? See, it's the small-minded, you know, the short vision that you're thinking about that is foreign to me. Yes, I have labor issues that are outside my control. Okay, I can't control that, but the things that I can control are under control. Okay, the equipment, the mowers, everything that you see that I have out here is paid for. The only thing that is not all the way paid for is the Skag mower, and I think I owe like $4,000 on it, but there's no interest. You know, for 48 months, I've only had it about 14 months, and I owe $4,000 on it, and I got 3 more years to pay. I mean, yeah, I've had the Skag about probably about 14 months. So I got it set up, automatic payments, no interest or anything for 4 years. So it's just making a minimum payment every month. I ain't paying no interest on it, so why I care? I don't care. It's automatically deducted from the business account, and that's how it rolls. You know, I don't even know exactly what the payment is, to be honest with you. I want to say it's about $200 or $195, $210, something like that. But it's enough to pay it off a year ahead of time of the 48 months. So I'm not going to sell the Skag. I can't get it because that's bad business, because I can't get nothing for it. I mean, I can get something for it. It's only got 150 hours on it. I can get something for it, but I can't get what I feel, the person that bought the thing, what I feel it's worth. I can't get that. So I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it. Now, if I was missing meals and I was starving, then I may sell it, but I'm not. So, you know, it's a nice asset to have with the low hours on it. Same thing with the Ferris. I didn't have to buy the Ferris. I bought the Ferris because it was a great deal. I ain't made my money back on the Ferris yet, but I have. I've made some. I probably, and I don't have a hardcore count on how much money I made with the Ferris, but the Ferris cost me $4,700. I put $1,300 in 12 tires on it, so we had $6,000 for the diesel Ferris with 600 hours on it. So the Ferris sat for 2 months, 3 months. I'm not selling the Ferris. I mean, why would I? I could actually sell the Ferris and probably get my money back and then some. You know, the dealer over there said that the Ferris, you know, that I could get $9,000 or $10,000 for that Ferris all day long with those 12 tires on it. That's what he said. Now, I don't know. I ain't trying to sell it. It's not for sale. But I'm not missing a meal. If I got hungry, then I would. So, the lawn trailer over there, the one that I use on the daily with this truck, I ain't using it today, so what am I supposed to do? Sell it? You see, your business equipment thinking is flawed. Because if you run your business based on that concept, then you're not looking at the big picture big enough. You're just looking at that's like, I mean, you're just looking at the short window. I'm looking at the great big picture, man. And, you know, I mean, even though I've had labor problems, y'all, you know, and I'll be the first one to say I have, we're still earning, you know. I'm not losing money. I'm earning more money this year than I was last year. I am. I don't know how, but I am. That's what the accountant says. So, if I don't have the 3 the three main mowers, the Skag and the two X-Marks, then I don't build up enough money to buy a Bobcat. If I don't have the Bobcat, then I don't build up enough money to buy the trailer for the Bobcat. If I don't have the trailer for the Bobcat, then I can't haul the Bobcat anywhere legally and safely. You see how all that works? So you gotta piggyback on the back of equipment that you already have. If it ain't no different in the long game too. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in life, really. I buy a push mower. I start cutting grass. Then I piggyback to a tractor mower, and then I piggyback from the tractor mower to a zero turn, a homeowner edition, and then I use that homeowner edition zero turn with the tractor mower, and then I make enough money to buy a commercial zero turn, and then I get the commercial zero turn. I'm not obviously not going to be using the tractor mower no more, so I'll let it go. By that time, though, it's usually junk anyway. So then I take the commercial zero turn and I use it to make another commercial zero turn and pay my bills and all that. And then I put the two commercial zero turns on big cuts, and then I make even more money, and then I buy the third zero turn and a trailer and pay my bills all at the same time. And then I use the lawnmowers to buy the dump trailer. The money I make off the lawnmowers, I use it to buy the lawn trailer. To buy the dump trailer. With the whole theory in mind that I needed a heavier duty trailer, for whatever, and to be able to do mulch and firewood, because I used to sell a lot of firewood. Well, I backed out of the firewood game because, well, it's laborious and it's the bottom of the barrel as far as for me to earn money doing that. So then I used the dump trailer to do mulch, the lawnmower to cut grass, and then I bank my money up and I bought a Bobcat. Wow. So, but if I had sold all them mowers to begin with, or in your notion that the equipment's just sitting around, you got to have the equipment to make more money. So then, let's keep it going. So then, I'll say the sequence of events. So then, the Bobcat, and I didn't know anything about Bobcats. I ain't a professional, nothing. I didn't know anything about it when I bought it. So then the Bobcat turns around and earns money. Okay? A few little things you had to fix on it because it is a $25,000 used machine, blah, blah, blah. But it turns around and it earns money. And then I buy this truck on the back of that Bobcat. Well, let's back up again. So then I use the Bobcat money, and wouldn't have this money without the Bobcat. I used the Bobcat money to buy the equipment trailer that I'm pulling today. Now I can safely put the Bobcat on a trailer and haul it anywhere instead of putting it on my dump trailer, which is doable and legal, but barely. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to have an equipment trailer so I could take the Bobcat anywhere, anytime, and safely, without it being so sketchy. Okay? It's called investing in your business. And so now I'm able to haul the Bobcat around any job. And I'm doing it with the truck that you see Drew driving, the other white truck. Well, damn. Now, the Bobcat bought this truck. Based on the lawnmowers earning, to the dump trailer earning, to the Bobcat earning, to the trailer earning. Everything's earning. And you have to look at it from a different angle than looking at it like you see it sitting in my yard. It's okay. If it's paid for, it can sit. Because I will be doing more tree work. I will be doing more Bobcat work. And I'm not going out of business tomorrow. Now, if I was going out of business, I'd have a liquidation sale and take a hit on everything. But you have to look at what you got in the piece of equipment, how much money you've gotten back out of the piece of equipment since you purchased it, and what you need to get out of it. The equipment ain't hurting nothing sitting for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. It can do that. Because any other way, you can't do the work that I do. What do you do with it? Okay, I got to cut grass during the summertime because that's where the money is, as long as you got help, Without the grass cutting, then the dump trailer don't happen. Without the dump trailer, and the grass cutting, the Bobcat don't happen. Without the dump trailer, the grass cutting, without the dump trailer, the lawnmowers, and the Bobcat trailer, this truck don't happen. And without the mowers, the dump trailer, the Bobcat trailer, this truck, the lift don't happen. That's business, dude. You know? And without all of those things, the container don't happen. You know? So, that's my explanation or definition of how I think of equipment and all. And I probably repeated myself 5 or 6 times because, well, I forget what I said, because there's so many things that don't make sense that people think or want to think about certain things that don't even make no sense. Of course, the Bobcat could blow up today. So could the lift. So could the truck. So could the mowers. You just better hope that you made enough money with that stuff to be able to afford all that. And I have. And I will continue to do that. So, the equipment is not sitting around not making me a dime. It's sitting around waiting on me to make a dime. Ready for me to make a dime. So, keep that in mind when you're critiquing that. Because with your limited thinking, and I'm not trying to belittle you or nothing, but with your minimal thinking, then you're just going to be cutting grass. You know, that's all you're going to do. You're going to cut grass, and that's all you're going to be able to do, because you're not going to invest in anything in the future. You're going to stay cutting grass. And though I cut grass in the summertime, what am I going to do in the wintertime? There ain't no grass cut down here where I live at in the wintertime. So it's just some food for thought. And I know this video was untypical, and I probably won't get a whole lot more video today. I'll probably get some drone footage of the Bobcat over here, because we got to cut some untypical stuff. But right now, I got to load the Bobcat up, go make this $850, man. Peace out.